So in this question, first question they are asking, find the number of terms which is free from radical sign. Free from radical sign in the sense what? There should not be any fraction power. It may be integer, but it should not be fraction power. So when such kind of situations is coming, when you have to analyze the power, so best option is that one, try to get the general term. This general term, r plus 1th term is called a general term. That will be equal to what? 55 CR, remember all of you, this power, x power 1 by 10 whole power 55 minus r into y power 1 by 5 raised power r. So that can be written as a 55 CR. That is, don't worry. NCR, always remember, NCR is always integer. So you should not worry about the NCR ever. NCR is always give you natural number. So, and this will become x power 55 minus r by 10. 55 minus r by 10 into y power r by 5. This is what is going to come. Now, r limitation is there. R can vary from 0 to 55. You have to make sure that these two should be integer. These two should be integer. Now, manually you can think over it. It's not a big issue. What are the possible situations can be happen? Value you can think. One is the r equal to 0. This will be integer. And when I am putting r equal to 0, this is something wrong, right? X power 10. No, there is a problem. X power 1 by 10 is there, no? So r equal to 0, if I'll put, this will become 0, but this will become non-integer. So r equal to 0, I cannot take it. Yes or no? What is the next possibility? R equal to 5. R equal to 5, yes, I can take it. Because r equal to 5, this will be integer as well as this will be also integer. R equal to next, what is the 10? This will be integer, but this will not be integer. 15, this will be integer and this will be also integer 15. R equal to next will be what? 20, not possible. Not possible, no? 20, 25, no. So R equal to means we have to look that this should be integer, both should be integer. So now R equal to 20, then 25. 25, yes. 25 to 55 minus 25 will become 20, integer. R equal to 30, no. 35, yes. 40, no. 45, yes. 50, no. 55, yes. R equal to up to 55 I can go. More than this I cannot go. These are the total things. Means find the number of terms. So how many terms will be there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 terms will be there. And which are the terms? We'll say T6, T16, T26, T36, T46 and T56. Yes or no? How many have you got same answer? So total how many terms are coming? 6 terms are coming, which is the free from x. Free from radical sign. Next, find the number of irrational terms in the expansion. This expansion, they are asking find the number of irrational terms. Okay, so irrational terms, what should we do actually? We should find out the again r plus 1th term, and that will be equal to what? 5 power 1 by 6 raised power 100 minus r. And of course 100 CR is there, which I forgot to write, into 2 power 1 by 8 raised power r, which I'll write properly. So we'll say 100 CR. 100 CR, we don't worry, this is always integer, so it will be rational. 5 power 100 minus r by 6 into 2 power r by 8. We want rational. That means again, this power should be what? Integer. Power should be integer. So tell me how to do. R equal to, should we start with the 0? No. 0 will not be there. 2, not there. 8 will be there. First thing, R should be multiple of 8. That's all. That's the best option to check. Otherwise, every number we cannot check it. So 0 not possible. 8, if I'll put 100 minus 8 is 92. 92, not divisible by 3. Okay. 16, 100 minus 16, how much? 100 minus 16, 90, 84. 84, yes, divisible. Am I right? So, R equal to 16. R equal to next 24. 100 minus 24. 100 minus 24, how much? I'm just concentrating on this term because this is the easily we can concentrate. This has to be integer. So we are having possibility what? 0, 8, 16, 24, 32, then 40, then it will be 48, then it will be that's a counting is also 56 and so on. I will not write everything. So you have to check that which this is also going to be integer. Can we do some logically, because this is becoming lengthy. 1 minute. 100 minus R by 6 must be equal to some integer. Let's say M. So R must be equal to 100 minus 6M. 100 minus 6M. That means 2, if I will take common, 50 minus 3M. No. I thought some logical we can make it, but that is not coming the logic. So 8 will be there, and after 16 is there. After that, which is the next is coming? 24? No. 32? 32? No. 40? Yes. Then 48? No. 56? No. After that 64? Is it coming? 64? Yes, coming. So 64. ठीक है भाई. Next, after 64, 72. 100 minus 72? No. After that 80? No. 80 is coming? 100? No, not coming. After that, after 80, what is coming? 88. 88, yes, coming. 88 is coming. So 88 also will be there. 88 also will be there. After that, after 88, what is coming? 96. 96, no? After 88, what will come? 96. 96 will not come. That's all. More than this. So 88, 16, 40, 64. So finally answer is R equal to 88, 16, 40, 64. Oof. Taken time. 4. How many of you got it? Okay. Anything missing? I am missing. Any particular term missing? 1. Which one I am missing? I am not able to identify. Any particular term I am missing? Okay. Okay. So 4. Now next, find the coefficient of x in the following. This question I will do separately. Coefficient of x power 301. Okay. Coefficient of x power 301. First thing, this is the S. This series value I will try to find out. S equal to, I think we can take something common. 1 plus x power 500 I am taking common. Watch it. What will come here? 1 plus, what will come here? X by 1 plus x plus, what will come here? X square by 1 plus x square. That means x by 1 plus x whole square. Next term, you know what is there? X cube into 1 plus x power 497. So if we'll take 1 plus x power 500 common, so what will come here? X by 1 plus x power 3. So on. Last term will what? X by 1 plus x power 500. Till here everybody understood. Is it clear to everybody? Yes. Now this is the GP. So I will say S equal to 1 plus x power 500 into the common ratio of this GP is what? X by 1 plus x. X by 1 plus x. So I will say r power n plus 1 means x by 1 plus x power 501 minus 1 divided by x by 1 plus x minus 1. I hope able to understand everybody. This will become what? Taking LCM, to x minus 1 minus x. X minus 1 minus x. So that will become what? I will write it, otherwise I will do mistake. That's the problem. X by 1 plus x power 500 minus 1 divided by minus 1 by 1 plus x. ठीक है ना? हाँ, correct. X minus 1 minus x. Correct? Is it right? People are looking at me like it's something blunder I am doing. Okay. I did correct, yeah. R power n plus 1 minus 1. Yes, correct. So that will be, S will be equal to 1 plus x power 500 into this. I can multiply to the, see, this will go in numerator. So 501 it will become. This will become 501. Wait, this will go in numerator. This will multiply with this. So x power 1 plus x power 501 it will become. Okay. Minus sign is there. Be clear. Minus sign outside is there. This minus I will multiply here. This minus I will multiply here. So 1 minus x power 500 divided by 1 plus x power 500. Something wrong here I did. Yes. 501. This is 501. So 501, 501. Is it perfect? Now 1 plus x power 501 I am multiplying. So what will come? 1 plus x power 501 minus 500 x power 501. I hope I did correct. There is no mistake. Now we have to find out coefficient of x power 301 in S. This will give you 0 because there is no x power 301. From here only I can get it. The coefficient of x power 301 will be equal to 501 C301. This is the answer. How many of you got it? Okay. Next. Find the coefficient of x power 31 in the expansion of this. Last question, cross check it. Look at here. First thing, sigma r equal to 0 to n, NCR, a power n minus r, b power r. What is this? This is nothing but a plus b raised power n. This is just expansion, I wrote it. When we say a plus b power n is what? So what we used to write? NC0 a power n plus b power into b power 0 plus NC1 a power n minus 1 b power 1 plus so on NCR a power n minus r b power r plus so on NCN b power n. So in fact what happening, this is the general, this is the one r plus 1 particular term of the series. So r equal to 0 I am putting, so I am getting first. R equal to 1 I am getting second. So can I say this a plus b power n is nothing but the sigma of this? R is varying from 0 to n. Yes or no? This point is most important things you should remember, because in future maximum time series will not be given. It will be given in term of sigma. You should know how to convert it. This point somewhere must be written. If I ask you what is the answer of this, watch everybody. R equal to 0 to 20 20 CR into 2 power R. This I can write sigma R equal to 0 to 20 CR is there. N, this is the N. NCR should come, yes, is there. Into 2 power, 1 power. By 2 terms should be there. Only 1 term is there. So I can write 1 power 20 minus R into 2 power R. Can I write like this or not? Am I right? So this value is nothing but what? 1 plus 2 power 20. Or you can say 3 power 20. This is nothing but 3 power 20. It's equivalent to 3 power 20. So whenever you have to convert from sigma to this series or bracket, you should use this logic and tell. Now, some other small point. What is the value of R equal to 0 to N? NCR into X power R. Now easily you can tell. Expand it. What will you get? NC0 plus NC1x plus NC2x square plus NC3x cube. That is nothing but 1 plus x power n. Am I right or not? If I ask you, what is this? Sigma R equal to 0 to n minus 1 power r NCR into x power r. So minus 1 power r into x power r. Both combined I can write minus x power r. So that will become 1 plus minus x power n, means 1 minus x power n. Are you able to understand? These are the small points which you should be keep in mind, because slowly you will understand better way, but right now you should know that yes, we can convert sigma to series or series to sigma. Anything can be done. Now concentrate on this question, you will easily understand what exactly this is. What is this? This is your one, this is, you can call it as a A, this you can call it as a B. Am I right or not? So this is nothing but expansion of A 2 minus x plus 2x minus 3 power 50. So that will become what? This will become minus 1, x minus 1 power 50. X minus 1 power 50. So what the question was, I forgot. Find coefficient of x power 31. Okay. Coefficient of x power 31. So now this is the x minus 1 power 50. So what is the coefficient of x power 31? So suppose TR plus 1th term. TR plus 1th term will be what? 50 CR into x power 50 minus R into minus 1 power R. This bracket, have you understand all of you the bracket, this how I wrote it? From this bracket, R plus 1th term I am talking. R plus 1th term will be this. Now, I want coefficient of x power 31. Coefficient of x power 31. Watch carefully, everybody. Coefficient of x power 31. I wanted to get from this. So this means 50 minus r must be equal to 31. So r equal to how much? 50 minus 31, and that will become what? 19. Yes or no? R equal to 19. It means T20 will give you x power 31. So T20 will be how much? 50 C20 into R equal to 19. R equal to 19 I am giving. Yes. So R equal to 19. 19 here. 19. Sorry. X power 31 into minus 1 power 31. Or you can say minus 50 C 19 x power 31. So this is the coefficient of x power 31. Minus 50 C 19 or minus 50 C 31, whatever you want to say. Both are same thing. How many of you got it? Okay. So this much we discuss. If anybody is still writing, please take a screenshot. We'll discuss more detail about the sigma. If anybody did not understand about that sigma terms which I explained you, don't worry. It will be mainly separate segment is there for the sigma, where the converting into the series to sigma, sigma to series, and then manipulating the sigmas to get the complete answers. So that we'll discuss later. Now in the binomial, what actually we have to discuss? In binomial, the terms will be, means type of problems will be there. First one is the general term base. General term based type of problem I am giving you, which we discuss slightly. Some portion we discuss how to find out the general term and all. Second will be middle term. Middle term and greatest coefficient. This part we'll discuss today. We'll discuss about this. Third will be greatest term. We have to talk about which one will be greatest term. Next is the number theory problems. More common in the binomial theorem. Number theory problem is check it's a divisible by this number or not. The big number will be given. What is the last digit of that number? Something like that kind of the questions used to be generated in this. And the fifth one and last one, coefficient problem. That's the most important, where we talk about the sigma and all. So these are the total 5 type of problems used to be generated in the binomial theorem. We'll discuss one by one. General term I already talked to you. Now we are talking about the middle term. So let's discuss about the middle term and further we'll discuss into this. So give the heading all of you, middle term. What does mean by middle term? Let me explain. When I say there is the 3 numbers, which is the middle term? You'll say B is the middle term. If I say A, B, C, D, which is the middle term? You'll say this complete combination is the middle term. There is no single middle term. So both will be called as the middle term. B and C will be called as the middle term. In case of binomial theorem, binomial bracket, when we expand the binomial bracket, we'll get the number of terms n plus 1. We'll get the number of terms will be what? N plus 1. So middle term directly saying anything will be problem. So first case, if n is even. N is even. If n is even, the number of terms will be what? Odd. And then we can easily tell that which is the middle term. Think very carefully, everybody. If I say this is the middle term, watch very carefully, everybody. Total number of terms, all of you know, it's n plus 1. This is the middle term. If it is middle term, the number of term this side and number of term this side will be same. Suppose number of term this side is capital N and number of term this side is capital N. So capital N plus 1, because middle term is also single term is there. So total number of terms will become what? 2 capital N plus 1 is equal to N plus 1. Could not understand. Understood everybody? I assume capital M name of the middle term. This is the name of the middle term. It's single. I am assuming before this N terms are there. N terms before this. So after this will be also N terms because capital M is the middle term. So before and after number of terms will be same. So total number of terms become how many? Capital N terms here, 2n and plus 1 middle term. The total number of terms will be what? 2n plus 1. And that will be equal to small n plus 1. So capital N will be small n. Means if n is even, so before middle term there will be n terms, small n terms will be there. I did some mistake, I'm sorry. N by 2, I'm sorry. N by 2. And after this also n by 2 terms will be there. So middle term will be which term? N by 2 plus 1th term. Term is middle term. If n is even, so which term is the middle term? I will say n by 2 plus 1th term is the middle term. What is the middle term value? So I'll say t n by 2 plus 1 and that will be, suppose I am talking middle term in expansion of x plus y power n. So I will say n c n by 2 into x power this minus this n by 2 into y power n by 2. Is this clear to everybody? If I ask you, if n is odd, then what will happen? Imagine, n is odd, the number of terms will be what? Even. Why even? Because number of terms will be n plus 1. And if I am taking n as an odd case, either n will be even or n will be odd. This is the only situation. Now, n plus 1 number of terms total, but n is even or odd, so n plus 1 will be even. If even number of terms are there will be 2 middle term. First middle term, second middle term. Yes or no? Before this, how many terms? And after this, number of terms will be same or not? Suppose before this, m number of terms are there. After this, also m number of terms will be there. So total number of terms become what? M plus 1 plus 1 plus m means 2m plus 2. 2m plus 2 must be equal to what? N plus 1, because number of terms is always n plus 1. So m equal to how much? N minus 1 by 2. That means the first middle term will be what? N minus 1 by 2 plus 1 next term. And second middle term, n minus 1 by 2 plus 2. Did not understand. I checked that key, I found that key m value will be n minus 1 by 2. So this is the which term? I will say n minus 1 by 2 plus 1th term. This is which term? I will say n minus 1 by 2 plus 2. Or you can say, watch it carefully, n minus 1 by 2 plus 1 plus 1. Or you can say, taking here these two, combine it, n minus 1 plus 2 means n plus 1 by 2 plus 1th term. Means this is the what? N plus 1 by 2 plus 1th term. So if n is odd, which are the middle term? I will say t n minus 1 by 2 plus 1th and t n plus 1 by 2 plus 1th term. Have you understand the point? So if n is odd, there will be 2 middle term. One is the Tn minus 1 by 2 plus 1th term, and other one is the Tn plus 1 by 2 plus 1th term. Why I wrote like this? Because we are very comfortable with the Tr plus 1 format. That's why every terms, I didn't write that key, okay, nth term, middle term will be Tn minus 1 by 2 plus 1, means simply calculation way. I wrote in this format so that this is the way you have to remember. It's easy. Is this clear to everybody? Are you understood, all of you? If anybody asks, tell me 2 plus x power 100. Which term is the middle term? So now I'll say this, the n is even. The middle term will be T51. Just now I told you. N plus n by 2 plus 1th term is the middle term. 51th term is the middle term. If I say 2 plus x power, 2 plus x power 51, which is the middle term? Now there will be two middle term. First T, n minus 1 by 2 plus 1. N minus 1 will become what? 50. By 2 will become what? 25. 25 plus 1 will become what? 26. So 26th term will be the middle term. Other one, 51 plus 1 by 2. 51 plus 1, 52 by 2, 26 plus 1, 27. Directly also you can write, if first middle term you got it, the next middle term will be next one. The 26th you got it, 27th will come. No need of this calculation. Is it clear to everybody? Next, write as a note. Binomial coefficient of middle term is called as greatest binomial coefficient. Is called as greatest binomial coefficient. Let me explain the meaning of this. Any bracket, if you expand, so how the binomial, suppose I am expanding 2 plus x power 51, and let's take 50. This binomial, if I am expanding this, can we write all the binomial coefficient? Yes. What will come? 50C0, next 50C1, next 50C2, next so on. Yes or no? 50C3 and so on. What will be last binomial? Last 2, 3. So I will say 50C, 49, 50C, 48, 50C, 50. 49, 50. 50C, 50. Yeah. 50C, 50. 50C, 50. What is the value of this? It's 1. And what is the value of this? 1. Means value of binomial coefficient here is whatever, here also the same thing. Whatever is this value, it will be same as this one. Are you getting my point or not? That means now this value 100% 50. This value will be bigger than 50. It means in any binomial expansion, if I will just try to think graphically as the R and here N, you will see that the NCR value first increase and after that it's decrease and come back to this point. Not able to understand. First value, last value same. Second value, second last value same. Means it's increasing and then coming back to 100% sure somewhere it will become maximum or not. Are you getting? This value is, this peak value is called as the greatest binomial coefficient. The peak value is called as the greatest binomial coefficient. What is that peak value? This is nothing but the binomial coefficient of the middle term. At till middle term, binomial coefficient increase its value. After middle term, it start decreasing and come back to this. That's why we say that in the binomial expansion, it's always start repeating. Please listen very, very carefully, everybody. 1 plus x power 8, suppose I have to expand. I will say 8c0 plus 8c1x plus 8c2x square plus 8c3x cube plus 8c4x power 4 plus, watch carefully, 8c5x power 5 plus 8c6x power 6 plus 8c7 x power 7 plus 8c8 x power 8. If you carefully watch, this value is same as this value. I am talking only binomial coefficient. This value is same as this value. This value is same as this value. This value is same as this value. This is the alone. So what happening till here, binomial coefficient value increasing. After this middle point, binomial coefficient value start decreasing. That's why this is called as the greatest binomial coefficient. Nothing understood? Is this clear to everybody? See, I'm not worried about that. What is that? These are very simple things. I don't require to tell you what is exactly meaning. But you should understand what exactly meaning of greatest binomial coefficient. Simply formula learning will not solve the purpose. Why by greatest term we are using? Because it's increase and then decrease value. Whenever anything value increase and then decrease, then 100% there is the maxima, then the greatest term will come. So this point write in your language. After that only we'll go ahead. Done. Now it's your turn. Find greatest binomial coefficient. First bit, 3 minus x power 200 fast, very fast, immediately, 10 seconds. This much time? What I told you? Greatest binomial coefficient is the binomial coefficient of middle term. What will be middle? Which one will be middle term? T n by 2 plus 1, because n is even. So will be what? T 100 plus 1. T 100 plus 1 binomial coefficient will be what? 200 C 100. Are you getting my point? Is it clear? So remember, NCR will be greatest under the condition of n. If n is even, then greatest value of this NCR will be what? NC n by 2. And if its n is odd, if n is odd, if the n is odd, then what is the greatest binomial coefficient? NC n minus 1 by 2 or NC n plus 1 by 2. Or actually, in fact, both are same thing. This and this both are same thing. Did you understand all this point? So the questions can be asked you in different way. You have to understand what exactly. They may ask you directly like this, find out the greatest, if r is variable, for what value of r this value will be reached to maximum. So what you say, n is odd. So for r equal to 225 minus 1 by 2 means 24 by 2 means 12. Means greatest value of this will be what? 25c, 25 minus 1. Are you getting? 24 by 2, kitna ho jayega? 12. Not able to understand. Or this one, both are same thing. There is no difference. So this will be greatest value if r is varying. Or sometimes they will give you directly binomial. Can I expect that all of you get clear about the greatest binomial coefficient? Is it right? Now, chale, give the heading. Multinomial theorem. Multinomial theorem. Please listen carefully before I teach. If I say expand this, what do you say? 10c0 x power 10 y power 0. 10c0 I am also writing this way. Alright, 10c0 value can I write like this or not? Plus 10c1 plus 10c2 plus 10c3 . Can you look some pattern? Actually, this is x power yes or no? When power 10, here 10, 0, 0, 9, 9, 1, 1, 8, 8, 2, 2, 7, 7, 3, 3. See, I can tell you multinomial theorem directly also. It's not that much difficult. But please try to understand from where it's coming. Otherwise, it will be a big problem for you. So, I can say 10 means I can say if this is the n1, this is the n2, so here n1, here n2. That's what I wrote it. But condition is there. N1 plus N2 will be equal to 10 always. N1 plus N2 will be always equal to 10. Why? Because this is the distribution of 10 object into X and Y. So there, this summation will be always equal to 10 only. Have you understand the point? This is what is coming called as the meaning of the, we convert in the form of the multinomial theorem. Let me explain that point clearly. Now, what is multinomial theorem? This is the binomial we are having very comfortable zone. But if suppose I have to expand this, please watch. Same logic I will apply. I will say a power n1, b power n2, c power n3, 10 factorial divided by n1 factorial, n2 factorial, n3 factorial. Finish. Up n1, n2, n3, different value, put it, you will get different terms. Are you able to understand the point? This is the way we used to expand. So we say multinomial theorem says कि what exactly says? Watch it carefully. x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus so on till xm. Power n is always equal to sigma of n factorial divided by n1 factorial, n2 factorial, n3 factorial, so on nm factorial into x1 power n1, x2 power n2, so on xm power nm. But condition is this, where n1 plus n2 plus n3 plus so on till nm will be equal to n. Have you understand what I did? Is it clear to everybody? This is what called as the multinomial theorem. Multinomial is any number of terms are there, we can expand this way. When there are only two terms, so this value comes as it turned out as an NCR. That's why we learn as an NCR way. But actual way is this. Ab how I wrote this term, that again another logic I will tell you. Think this way, ki n objects are there. I have to distribute into the m group. Only grouping I want to make. So that this should get n1 object, this should get n2 object, this should, how many ways you can distribute? N factorial divided by group 1 object factorial, group 2 object factorial and so on. Remember all of you? That's a size of group is predefined. That case I did, nothing else I did. Nothing understood. Is this clear to everybody? Please write it if you want to take it. If you didn't write, take a screenshot because I'm going to change it to page. Look carefully. This. Suppose one question I ask. Oral question. A plus B plus C power 20 when I will expand. No need of writing. When I will expand. Will I get a term like A power 5, B power 10, C power 10? Is it possible that this can give you such kind of terms? No. Why? Because this is the nothing but 20 distributed into A, B, C. So this summation is 25. How is it possible? From 20 objects they can get 25 objects. Understood my point? Okay. Will I get this kind of terms ever here? When I will expand, will I get such kind of form, such kind of term or not? Yes, because summation is coming what? 20. Summation is coming 20. So if I ask you, if I make this one as a question, in expansion of this, in A plus B plus C, find coefficient of A power 5, B power 6, C power 9. Can I get it? Yes, very simple. A power 5, B power 6, C power 9 is the coefficient will be nothing but 20 factorial divided by 5 factorial, 6 factorial, 9 factorial answer. From multinomial theorem I am telling. Did you understand this point? This is the coefficient. How many terms will be there, that you already know. 20 plus 3 minus 1, C, 3 minus 1 means 22, C, 2, or you can say 231. I think we did discuss already this point. 22 into 11 by, nothing by, 231. 231? I don't know. Number of so many, more than 200 terms are there when I will expand this one. Out of those many terms, one term will be this. One term will be this. Is it clear to everybody? Tell me. What is coefficient of A power 4, B power 6 in A plus B plus C power 25? Quickly, fast. This much time, Gado. Quick. Didn't understand. I asked what is the coefficient of A power 4, B power 6. So A power 4, B power 6 means C power 0. There is no theta. But summation of this coming what? 10. But summation should come how much always? 25. So impossible. There will not be. There is no terms like that A power 4, B power 6. Have you understand? If I ask you in the same question, what is the coefficient of A power 20, B power 5? Yes, this I can tell, because this I can write this equivalent to A power 20, B power 5, C power 0, which I can write 25 factorial divided by 20 factorial, 5 factorial, 0 factorial into A power 20, B power 5, C power 0. This is the coefficient. Have you understand the point? Right? So today there is no homework. We'll discuss all the questions in the next class itself. Okay, we'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you.